Okay, so we're going to do kind of a general full moon reading here. So with this specific cycle, let's just see what's there, what we can take advantage of. Vancouver 6. Let's see what we got. Oh my god, it's Temperance reversed. A Two of Wands over reverse Temperance. All right. So the Two of Wands, this is creative solutions to old problems. We sort of have using all of our skills or tools together. And here, this is happening at a time when it's very difficult to be measured and patient. So, the reverse temperance card is also showing these two different things. And here are these two different things. And the temperance card reversed is kind of saying that these two different things don't fucking want to blend, right? And the Two of Wands is saying, I'm going to use these things anyway. Like, I don't care. I'm going to make it work. Now, let's just see what sort of energies these are. So I'm going to put one over here and one over here representing the two staffs that are being worked together. So the Three of Cups, this is like this sort of social thing. And it is how we are connected to other people that we know, that we've gone through shit with. So there's this sort of community emotional bond, and also just like being social here. Now, over here with the Seven of Swords, this is a lot of pressure put onto someone to do a specific thing. So we have a bunch of pressure and being put on the spot, and then we have this social bond. Um, there's fear involved in the Seven, and the person doesn't really know what they're doing. They're kind of winging it, which is why their fingers are crossed down here. You can see that he's got his fingers crossed because he's like, oh shit, I hope that rope doesn't break. But here it is wielding together these two things that don't really go together that well, but it looks like maybe this specific time they actually do. And pressure being put on the spot plus this sort of social thing. Okay, so let's just sort of see what comes out of this. And we get a reversed Seven of Cups. So it is the second seven we have here. The Seven of Cups is artistic vision. This is creativity. And when the seven is reversed, it really shows a nuts and bolts approach. So the head is no longer in the clouds in the reverse seven, and it's like showing a very realistic approach. Now, that's what comes out of using these two together. So out of it comes a realistic approach. Now let's just see, it's the bottom one that wants to do some stuff here. And we get another two. And these two things are being wielded back and forth with balance and harmony. Okay. Well, looking at the whole thing, we have there's a certain okay, so we've got these social situations where we are put on the spot. Now, as an example of the sort of energy that I think I'm seeing here, I am an artist, and I generally don't share my art in social situations. Now, I do have like a blog and all that stuff, and I share it there, but I don't bring it to places, like for some sort of showing or something. And this would talk about something like that for me. So being put on the spot, being like, oh my God, I don't know if anyone's going to like this shit or if they're going to look at it and think a 3 year old made it or whatever, you know. We've got this fear, being put on the spot, just trusting the luck, like, okay, maybe someone will think it's cool, and the social situation. So those two things, which normally don't want to go together, it looks like specifically they can, and at least for the full moon, right? And out of it comes a more realistic vision. Now, the reason this makes a lot of good sense here is because this person is kind of afraid when they're put on the spot, but not necessarily because of experience, right? So this might just be an experience that allows you to be more realistic, instead of either being afraid of things that you have no business being afraid of because they're ridiculous imagination things, or being completely unprepared and being like, "Hey, I can do this," and then you see maybe it is a disaster, and you're like, "Oh shit, okay, so I've got a lot of things to work on." Um, with this Two of Pentacles coming out, this is like mastery of sort of rotating these two. You know, like maybe a certain amount of being in a spot, like sort of pushing yourself where you maybe don't know that you're ready, um, and getting out and being with, anytime you're in a Three of Cups situation, it's fine anyway because you're using the emotional connection that you have with people around you in a positive way in the Three of Cups. But the two would show a sort of mastery of rotating between these two things like a dance. So, if there is some sort of social situation that you had kind of been afraid of, or just isn't your fucking bag, you know, it might actually be a good time to do it. And the full moon is, let's see. Well, it's early in the morning now, so for me it is tomorrow. Anyway, the full moon is today from the time that this video gets posted on YouTube tonight. So anytime we're looking at full moon energy, I usually read the couple days around it too, just when the moon is big and fat and we've got all that energy. So for the next couple days, this looks like it's a thing. That's what we get for now. Peace.